I saw an article about students boycotting student loans, and it was really interesting. Um, I, I want to make a comment about school and education. If school was about education, why would it cost money? Food, life, education, those are human rights. They are free. The dichotomy of school and education is school doesn't necessarily provide an education, and just because a person is educated doesn't necessarily mean they went to school. I think, in regard to college specifically, unless a student wants to be a lawyer, work in the health field, be an engineer, or be a teacher, you do not need to go to a 4 year school. You really don't. You go to a trade, you go to a community college, go, especially if you don't know what you want to do not go to a 4 year school because then you will be in debt for no reason at all. The other interesting thing about a 4 year school, even if you want to be a lawyer, work in the health field, be a teacher or an engineer, is you have to look at the robots replacing humans now. You also have to look at companies removing the bachelor's degree requirement because students who go to college are looking for a better future. They're looking for opportunities. And when they graduate college, they are expecting to be paid a fair wage. When you remove the bachelor's degree requirement, companies can now underpay you. So it's not necessarily about if you're qualified or not. It's not necessarily about if you went to school. It's about what you're willing to do, even if you're not getting paid fairly. And if you're not willing to do that, guess what? They have robots. So it's a weird conundrum. I don't really want to get sidetracked. Money, I just want to say that money is definitely the root of all evil. Once you remove money, I truly believe that this world is good. And I honestly think that we are all born perfect. We're just all misled in a multitude of ways. Because we have to conform to something that isn't natural. And from day one, we're inculcated into a world that thrives on greed. The one thing I took from school is that everything is some type of political system. Like when you start to think about like money and you say, if we remove money, the world would heal, right? But somebody has to be the first to do that. And when you think about that, the entire world is run by money and greed. So if one person removes money from their nation, that's not going to be good for that particular nation because another nation is going to come and wage war on you and do the unthinkable. So it's this thing of, have we dug ourselves, as in the world, has the world dug itself so deep into a hole that we cannot get ourselves back out? Last thing I want to point out is in regard to students boycotting student loans, is that people always have and always will have the power regardless of what government they are in. The people are the majority. The government isn't. If the people don't want something, they always have the last say so. As long as we are united, as long as we are collectively on the same page going towards a specific objective, the people literally can never lose. I think that's something we're not taught, and or two, we realize but forget. If you want change, let's stand together.